Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing good. As per usual, my store is open and I am here working, so you're gonna probably see me like cutting my eyes that way to make sure someone's not coming in. And I do have my door open because it's actually, I'm here in Georgia and it's actually kind of nice out. It's been, I think this week we're gonna have a couple days that it's in the 70s, which is really nice for this time of year. And I love it. I love the warmer weather. So I do have my door open, so hopefully the sound isn't going to be too bad, because like I've told you guys in the past, I'm on Main Street, which is, even though we are a small town, it's like so busy. We get so much through traffic on this road, which is great for visibility, but it's not so good for the audio. But if I have to, I'll close the door. But I have a market coming up, and the market is going to be in like 3 weeks, and it is called the Forsythia Festival, and it's here in my hometown. And what we do is we block off the streets, because our downtown area is literally a square. So there's like two main streets, well, they cross like that. And so they block off the streets and have a festival on the street, and it's a 2-day festival, and it's a Saturday and Sunday. And typically Saturday is busier than Sunday, and that's what I've noticed with most craft shows that I've done. It's like normally whatever I do Saturday, typically Sunday is like half of that. I mean, that's not always true, but it is kind of my rule of thumb that I just put in my head, and it's usually pretty accurate. So although it's been reversed sometimes because it depends on weather. You know, like if Saturday is rainy and it's not good, then obviously more people will come out on Sunday. But I usually can pretty much guarantee that if it's a 2-day show, Saturday is twice as busy as the Sunday. So I've done this show here in Forsyth. This will be probably my, 4th year, I think. There was one year that I did not sign up for the outside festival because my store is literally on the square. Even though the majority of where the festival takes place is like, if my store is here, the festival is kind of like this way. I'm part of the square, but like I'm facing like the outside, whereas the festival is kind of facing the inside. So people are here walking up and down the street. So I thought, well, I don't know that I need to be open. What am I trying to say? I'm looking at my door thinking it's open. I don't know that I need to actually pay, because it's like $250 or $280. It's a couple $100 to do the festival. And I'm like, well, I don't know that I need to be part of the festival because I have a storefront. It felt a little redundant because I'm like, I just don't know. But then what I realized is when people come to events and they come to festivals, not only are you getting locals, but you're also getting people from outskirts, like different towns that are coming through. And those people are there specifically to shop the festival, not to look at the shops that are on the square. And then not only that, but then it's just, you might get overlooked as a storefront because people, like I said, are focusing on the tents and not the unique stuff out there in the festival. Hopefully I'm not like screaming at y'all because it's so loud. But so one year I did not do the festival, and then that's, like I said, I had kind of thought it through and I was like, maybe I do need to set up a tent. Even though the year that I did not set up a tent, the store did fine. I mean, we actually did really good that day. But then last year? Yeah, last year I had a tent, and I had a girl working for me, and she worked the store. And so I was able to man my tent because I figured more people would have more questions at the tent than they would in the store. So it's kind of hard to know where to position yourself in that mix. But I thought, well, she probably didn't want to be out in the elements. And even though it was actually kind of nice, I love being outside. So as you can tell by my sunburn, I was outside yesterday, so I got a little sunburned. I did not have any sunscreen on, but I was just absorbing that sun. It felt so good. So my nose and forehead and stuff is paying for that today, but I love to be outside. So I don't mind doing these outdoor festivals when it's nice out. Like if it's freezing cold, I don't mind missing it, but when it's nice, I like to be outside. So I did the outside tent and she did the store, and I want to say we did about the same. So I'm like, that's pretty good, because then it's like you're doubling. It's like you're double dipping, you know, because I've got my representation out there, and also I'm here at the store open. I mean, not me personally, but you know, my business is represented twice. So I didn't think that it would end up being that busy in the store, but it was. And not to guarantee that it'll be that way this year, but I'm looking forward to it, to see how it plays out this year, because I did go ahead and pay to be a part of the event this year as well. And so I'm kind of like prepping for that now. And so I'll let you guys know how that goes. But you know, it's just kind of one of those interesting, I guess, I don't know, things to think about, that when you have a storefront, like how much do you need to reach out to the community? Because I'm here, I have a storefront. So, and that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't know that anybody will come by my tent because I'm here. They can, it's not as special because they can come here anytime. But you know, when you have like a festival or an event, it's, you know, you either get it then or you don't get it. But like I said, there's people that travel from all over, and you get people from out of town, and or people that just don't shop the downtown. I mean, some people just don't shop local, and they, for whatever reason, they just don't. And then, but they'll come to a festival. So you may even get like some local people that shop with you out at a festival that may not come in your store. So anyway, all that to say that I'm hoping that this year we do as well, if not better, than we did last year, with having the storefront open, and also the I'll be at the tent. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that little spill, because I thought, you know, it's interesting. It was just food for thought. I was sitting here packaging this stuff up or labeling these, and then I had another thought too, which is why I turned on the camera. I turned on the camera to tell you what I'm about to tell you, not what this 20 minutes of stuff I just told you. But so when you do an event, because I know festival time is here, we're all going to be doing events, and one thing that you want to make sure that you have are lower price point items. So that's kind of not what we want to do in a storefront, right? You know, in a storefront, you want to increase your ticket item purchase price, I mean, to a certain degree, right? Because, you know, you can't have all your stuff $1. I mean, you can. There's dollar stores, but not our type of business, because it would take a ton of people coming in your store, or to ton of inventory to move to make a significant income at $1 a piece. So, you know, it's just kind of like you have to think about each scenario a little different. And so it made me start to think about the festival coming up, and how important it is, especially when people are not familiar with you, they're not familiar with your brand, they don't know anything about you. And I'm speaking general, like me too, they don't know anything about me. I'm just saying, like, if they don't know us and we're at a festival, they don't want to drop $30, $40, $20, whatever, on some products that they're like, I don't know, I'm not familiar with this, I've never heard of these people, don't know. So sometimes it's kind of nice to have a lower price point item for people to try, so that they don't feel like they're investing so much into it. And then, you know, it kind of, it's like when you get stuff that's $2, it's like a no-brainer, in my opinion. I mean, if somebody's not going to buy your product and you have a little something for them at like the $2 mark, then they're probably not your customer anyway. But like for people that are potentially your customer, and you have something $2, $3, just a little something, or anything under 10, honestly, I feel like if you have something under $10, because 2 or 3 is probably like pushing it. I'm just like sitting here thinking, what? I don't really have anything. Well, I do have my travel soaps that are $2, and it's like the soaps cut in thirds, and I call those like the travel or trial soaps, and those are $2. And I can charge $2 for them because I don't label them or anything. I just have them cut and sitting in a bowl. But so I would say anything under 10. If you can get a couple products under $10 for someone to try, you know, that way they don't feel like they're committing to so much, not, you know, to a $30 or $40 purchase. You may get more sales that way. And I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to do, I haven't really ever done that in the past, but I'm going to try it this year just because I know that, like, it sounds like, I feel like almost cliche to say, oh, the economy, but it's true right now. There's a lot of people that are having a hard time, and including, you know, like, we feel it. I know y'all probably feel it. My kids feel it. I don't know that, I think, unless you're extremely wealthy or well-to-do, you probably feel it. It may not be enough to impact your daily, you know, daily living as far as like stuff that you do or stuff that you eat, but you can still feel it, you know, like the increase in insurance or the increase in food prices, cost of goods of stuff all over the board. So I think we all kind of feel it. So with that being said, I'm trying to be very aware of that and sensitive to that people may not want to drop $40 on a couple bars of soap. I have mine 5 for $36, so I'm just rounding up to 40. So I'm saying, you know, people may not want to do that. So if I have some items that are like $10 where they can try, I'm hoping that that will entice more people instead of someone coming up to the table and wanting it, but then they don't want to spend $8 on 1 bar of soap, but then they don't want to spend 36 on 5 bars. You know, there's somebody might just kind of like be in between. And because I'm like that when I'm shopping, you know, it's like, if I'm not sure of a product or a company, business, person, whatever, then I'm not likely going to spend a lot the first time. So with trying to be sensitive to that, I was trying to come up with some ideas, and I thought about something when I was pushing stuff around, not cleaning, because it's, you know, y'all know my story. I'm completely packed in here. So I was kind of shifting stuff around, and I've got this whole bucket of soap pieces. So it is this huge thing of soap pieces, and I don't even know like how I got some of them in here or why, because some of them are just like, I think this one, yeah, this one, like the tops were messed up on these, and then some of these are just like ones that I had cut up, like cut up for samples or something. And then majority of it though, I gotta turn the my tank off. Okay, the majority of what's in here though, I would say probably 80% of what is in here is when I make my big mold. Let me show you. When I do my big soap in this, so I use parchment paper, and it actually, some of the soap will get in the corners, and instead of just pulling it out and throwing that away, I'll always pull back my corner, which my husband would laugh at me about it. He would be like, just rolling his eyes and be like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, that's soap. We don't want to throw it away. So it's like little corners, and it's thin. I mean, it's not, I can't sell it. I can't really do anything with it, but I just couldn't throw it away, because I was like, that's like, soap is my children. I don't want to just throw these little pieces away. So I kept putting it in here, thinking, honestly, I was thinking I was just going to take it home one day and do, you know, use it for myself, like single-use soaps. But then I started thinking, I'm like, because I had to move some of my little soap bags. So I was like, well, what if I took, and I'm gonna have to go buy some little plastic bags, because I don't want to put the soap in here yet. But I'm thinking if I weigh it out and do like 2 ounces or whatever, like whatever would equal 2 ounces, and it would be a hodgepodge of different scents. You know, like if I did whatever equals out to be 2 ounces. I'm just saying, like if we did that, put it into a bag and tied it with like some twine, and then put that in here. It's a great use of this soap. And then someone can try your soap, but it's not gonna cost a lot, because what I can do is figure out by weight what I'm gonna charge. Like if it's 2 ounces, I can't do the math right this second, but let's just say if it's $2 an ounce, whatever. So I could do I'm just thinking, I need to like sit down and think, what do I charge? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 ounces. I charge a little under $2 an ounce because my soaps are like 5 ounces and my soap bars are $8. So it's under $2 an ounce, just under $2 an ounce. But you know, whenever you do smaller things, typically your price is higher per ounce. So let's just round up and say $2 an ounce. So this is $2 per, let's just say 2 ounces. And then we put it in a bag and stick it in our soap bag. And our soap bag is $4. So that is $6 item. Shut up, that's a good idea. Y'all can borrow that idea if you want to. But, so there you go. There is some time, you know, so let's say that would be 8, so maybe I charge 9 because, and you always have to consider that, or at least I think you should, you know, like figure out what your cost is, and then, because I'm gonna have to go buy those bags and then do the twine, and so there is some time involved, and the bags will be minimal cost, the twine is minimal cost, but then going through and weighing it all and packaging it up, so you do really need to account for that. So even if I did, I would say probably $9, or I could do 10 a piece, or 2 for 18, something like that. So that's probably what I'll do. And I'll probably take this bucket home and like do that at my house, so it'll feel like I'm not doing it during business hours, you know, because I can like watch YouTube videos and do this. So I'm probably gonna do that. But I need to go to Walmart and get some of the little, and I'll probably just go get like the bakery bags, the plastic, just the small goodie bags, like, but clear plastic is what I'm thinking. And then, and I'll put a little sticker on the clear plastic bag probably, and then put the plastic bag inside here. I think that's what I'll do. So yeah, see, that's how I think about things. It's like, kind of all over the place, but then eventually I can get my thoughts together and figure out what I'm going to do. So I think that's a great idea for a market. Don't know how it'll go over. I'll let you guys know. I'll update you. And if any of you guys do anything, I know this is not rocket science. Like this, people probably do this. I've just never done it, and I've never thought about doing it. I just knew that I had like all these little corners, mostly little corners, that like it's literally so hard to use single use. And then like these bigger chunks, what I'll do is probably cut these so that I can, you know, I'm not gonna put that in there, you know, because that would probably be 3 ounces. So I'll cut all these up, and then like I said, most of them are just like little tiny little slivers. So that's what I'll do, because I hated to just every time I would unwrap my soap, I didn't want to throw these away. So I knew deep down that I had a purpose for all my little edges, my edges, that my husband was rolling his eyes at, but we'll see. Maybe I'll sell out of those. I don't know how many I'll get out of here, but actually I could probably measure it and see how much I have here. Let's see. Well, not including the container, clearly, but let's see. Unit. I want it on ounces. I need it on pounds. So 14 pounds, but then the container itself probably weighs 1 pound or so, 1.5 pounds. So let's just round it way down and say 11 pounds. So I don't have my phone because y'all are on my phone, but like 11 pounds. So if I did 2 ounces, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I should have, I won't try and do math on here because that's just embarrassing. I should have known that was 8. So 8, like 80 bags, I don't know. I can't do the math that quick. Sometimes I can do math quick, and other times I'm like, my brain is like a block, a mental block. That like when I'm trying to do other things, I'm like, oh yeah, got it. But I guess there's pressure with the video going. So anyway, there you go. That is my idea, and I'm gonna take these home and I'm gonna do that, and I'll like show you guys maybe a picture of it or whatever when I get going. But so that's what I got, and I'm gonna do that. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And I'm sorry I have not been on here very much giving you guys many tips, But honestly, I should have known when I told you guys. I hate to commit to something and not follow through, but just, y'all know how it is with a small business. It's rough. I feel like every time I go to turn on my camera, then people come in. I mean, I'm not complaining, because please come. If y'all are this way, come, please come in. But it's just, it's hard to film like when I'm open, because like right now I'm having to keep looking, because it would be awkward, you know, when someone comes in if I'm sitting here looking like I'm talking to myself. So yeah, I've filmed, or I've attempted to film several times for you guys, but like I said, then people come in and then I get busy and then I got to do my Etsy orders, and then I'm just like, by the end of the day, then I'm like, okay, I just got to get home now. So but anyway, I hope y'all have a good market season that's up and coming, and just remember to, you know, show up, take plenty of inventory, do events that have a good reputation, and if it's a new event, then hope for the best, and you know, and then just mark it on your calendar, or mark it somewhere if it's not a good event, so that you don't repeat that event. But a lot of times you can just get an idea of the event, because if it's an event that you've never heard of and it's not a new event, then it's probably not a good event. You know, it's like some random event. Like, I just never forget, I've done some events that are just like, most of them are okay, but I can vividly remember two. One was in the middle of a field, and it was a festival I had heard of. Like, I had heard of it for like years, and I won't name it, but it's in a small town near me. But like, I had heard of it. It had like a good reputation. But I think what happened is, over the years, it's gone, since COVID, I think, it's gone downhill. And so it doesn't take long for some of these events that have a good reputation to kind of go down, because the event is only as good as the vendors. And if the vendors aren't going, then the customers aren't going to come. So the year that I went was 2021. So I mean, it was like, most of the COVID stuff was over, but like, honestly, it was probably, there was a lot of people that were still staying home. So that's probably some of it. But yeah, it was in a small town, in the middle of a field. I'm not even kidding. Like, the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere. There was like nothing nearby. And so when I pulled up, I was like, oh, this does not look very promising. I mean, like, they didn't even mow the grass before we got there. I mean, it was like you're traipsing through like weeds and trying to set up. The people that were doing it were really nice, and there was quite a few vendors there, but there just weren't any people. I mean, it was so slow. I mean, I made some sales, but like, not good at all. And then towards the end of the event, it started to rain, so everybody packed up and everybody left like 2 hours early, because no one was doing well. It's not like just me, like the whole market was slow. And then there was another one that I did that, well, there was two other ones. Another one was in Savannah, and it was on Easter weekend. Never, ever, ever again. I will pay attention to when these markets fall, because if it's on a holiday, especially like Easter Sunday or something, just don't. Save yourself some trouble, because we had to have a hotel, you know, the travel expenses, the food expenses, and because it was 2 nights, 3 days actually. It was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I didn't do Good Friday, but I thought, well, Saturday maybe. Saturday, just as bad. I was so ready to get the hell out of there. I was like, let me just leave, because you know, at this point I was frustrated with the whole thing. But we stayed, and then at the end of that festival, I was just ready to get out of there. I had put my phone on the back of the car, and we drove off. And I forgot to put my phone on the back of the car, because we were like loading all this stuff up, trying to get out of there. So my phone got broken, and we drove off, and I didn't realize I didn't have it for like 5 miles. And then we went back to get it, because we could do the Find My iPhone thing, and went back, found it was smashed. So yeah, that cost me like $1,000 to get a new phone, you know, and I didn't have insurance on my phone. So by that point, I was like, I am so over this event. Like, let me get home. And I'm sure you guys have had stories like that too. I mean, you win some, you lose some, and then, you know, I've had a couple that are just like memorable in my head that I'm like, yeah, that was horrible. But I would say over the course of like the past 10 years, most of every festival I've ever done has been like a pleasurable experience, and have done well, and the customers have been amazing, and it's been great. But it's funny how those bad ones like stick out. But then the really good ones stick out too. Like, so there's been some that I've just been like, you know, you're sweating, you're so busy, like there's so many people coming up, and you're feeling so good when you're there. You're like, this is amazing. You know, like every time someone comes up, they're not just coming up like, I'm just looking. I mean, you have people coming up like getting stuff. Like, and you know, it always feels so good, because then it's like worth your time, your energy, your money. It's like worth it to be there, because the customers are like engaging and purchasing stuff. So it's awesome. So there's, you know, there's the good ones too. So, and this one here that we're gonna have in a couple weeks it's a really good festival. I'll film it for you guys. I think I did last year too. I put some footage up for you guys. There's a lot of people that come, even though we're a very small town. There's a lot of people that come to this festival, and so yeah. But it's that's it. That's all I have for today. So it's getting close for me to close, and I gotta finish putting all this stuff up, and then I'm gonna take this home, like I said. So I'm gonna do that. But y'all have a great day, and I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their day, and I will see you guys very soon, and I will come up with another video with hopefully some tips that are helpful for you guys. And that's all I got. Bye.